Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to episode 2 of How Much Can I Read While Traveling? So on my last episode of this sort of mini series, I traveled to Texas and I had a little road trip around Texas and a little airplane to Texas, and I just kind of took you guys along with me, showed you how much I read and just where I was traveling to. And so now I'm once again traveling this summer, and I'm traveling to Paris and Switzerland, and I will be doing a lot of driving, a lot of traveling in Switzerland and in Paris. And so I was like, might as well make a little episode 2. So the thing is, I am staying in Europe for a month, and so I don't think I'm gonna make this video like a month long, but I will probably split it up in multiple parts, in multiple episodes. So I think episode 1 is gonna be the airplane there, because it is like a 9-hour flight, and so it's a pretty long flight, so I'm hopefully going to be able to get a lot of reading done and tell you guys about it. And then we're going to be also driving to Switzerland right when we land in the Paris airport, and so once again I'm going to have a lot of driving time, and I'm going to a Noah Kahn concert in Switzerland, so I'll show you guys a little bit of that, hopefully, if I'm able to. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna do the first few days of my trip and then just start a new episode as we go on. But for this trip, right now, for this video, I am currently in the middle of 2 books, so let me grab them. This video is kind of crossing over another one of my reading vlogs, but I'm in the middle of House of Sky and Breath, and I'm 38% through that one. And so this one is going great. I think I'll hopefully be able to finish it at least on this trip, because it's a massive book and I really wanted to use this trip to be able to get through it, because I feel like if I wasn't going on a long airplane ride, I would just like be procrastinating, because this is what I've been doing. I have been procrastinating reading this book. Even though it is so good, I just cannot seem to sit and read this. And so I think if I'm forced on the airplane to just sit and read, it's going to be really, really helpful for this. So I think I am going to be able to get through this on this trip. And then I'm also listening to The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. And this one, we are following 3 women basically, and the first woman we get introduced to is a woman who, her life has kind of fallen apart. She's an alcoholic. She goes on this train every single day pretending to go to work, so her roommate thinks that she actually goes to work, but she actually doesn't go to work. And she's just she loves people watching on this train, and then she notices something on the train outside the window that changes her life, and she gets involved in this whole murder mystery, this whole intriguing, but remember, she's an alcoholic. And then we get the perspective of the woman who was murdered or kidnapped or whatever, and we get what happened beforehand, and then we also get the perspective of another woman who is affected by the one who's an alcoholic and her crazy things that she does. It's just a really cool circle of different perspectives of women that kind of intersect in their lives. And then there's also, of course, this little aspect of mystery with the murdered woman or the kidnapped woman, which is really interesting. This is definitely a thriller. It's pretty short, actually. Let me check how many pages it is. It's around 315 pages, so very short. And so I have been listening to that one off and on, and I've been really liking it. And I do know that when I travel, I tend to listen a lot on the plane and stuff like that, because my eyes get kind of tired on the plane for some reason. So I love listening to books on the plane. So hopefully I'll be able to get through this one on the airplane. And so that is what I am up to reading wise right now, but I'll see if I get to listen or read any other books in this video, and I will definitely update you guys on that. But that is where we are. I am going to start packing and getting all of that done, and hopefully I get to it, because we're leaving tomorrow at 12. The taxi is coming to pick us up at our house at 12 p.m. tomorrow, and so I need to have my suitcase ready and everything like that by then. And since we're leaving for a month, I have to pack like a lot of stuff, and so hopefully I don't forget anything, because I tend to overpack, but then I overpack on the things that I don't actually need, and so that usually doesn't go well for me. But anyways, let's pack and yeah. I have, of course, a Larry video as I'm packing, a go-to. So I don't know if this is just me, but every time I like go on a longer international trip or even just like a longer trip in general in the country, I love like looking up videos of people like pack with me, what's in my carry-on bag and stuff like that, just because like I love those kinds of videos and they always like remind me of stuff to bring that could be helpful, and like I don't know, I just love those kind of videos. So I think I'm about to just look up, no, I don't think, I am. I'm looking at videos right now, like what's in my carry-on bag, what's in my suitcase, so that when I pack, I can get all of the stuff that I want to have in my suitcase. And like, I just love those videos too. They just like bring the best vibes, so. I just went to Safeway and I bought some stuff that I was missing. So I got this like foaming facial cleanser from CVS. This is the one I use, but I didn't want to get, because I have the big one, and so I didn't want to like carry that all the way with me. And then I got floss because I ran out anyway, and I needed some for my trip, and I needed some in general. And then I got gum because something about me is I'm kind of addicted to gum, and so I needed some gum for my trip. And then I use an electric toothbrush, but I didn't really want to take my electric toothbrush for a month out in France because I'm going to be moving around a lot and it's a lot to pack and it takes a lot of space. So I got this like little tiny mini kit with like a mini toothpaste and then a mini toothbrush. And so now I'm all set. Morning. So I just woke up and I just finished packing my suitcase. I closed it up. I literally had to sit on it because it was so stuffed. Don't think it's overweight, but it was quite literally stuffed to the brim. But we're good, that's done. I'm just finishing up my carry-on. I don't have a case for my Switch. I don't know why I don't, but I don't. But I want to play Animal Crossing on the plane. So I don't know if like I'm going to be able to take it with me because I don't want it to get damaged. So I'm like debating, should I like risk it and take it? Or should I just keep it safe and not take it and just like just do other stuff on the plane? I don't know. Also, I had the craziest dream last night. I had a dream that we were like on the plane, but the thing is I had like a third of point of view POV, like I could see the plane flying, but then I like could see myself in the plane. And I dreamed that like we landed on a private island, but like in the water, and that we had to like swim out of the plane and then get on the private island's airport to swim to get to New Caledonia, which is a random island. Hey, I'm going to France. I'm not going to a random island. Hey, a plane actually lands on land and not on water. I don't know what that was about, but I'm gonna finish up packing. I also want to go on a walk. So I'm gonna go on a walk. And then I'm getting my nails done. Like right before we leave, the taxi comes at 12 and I get to go get my nails done at 9. And so I need to hurry up and go get them done. So let's go. Hey guys! It's a little bit windy and you can hear the waves in the back, but I wanted to update you guys. Ooh, okay hair. I wanted to update you guys on how the reading has been going for this trip so far. Let me just before we talk about reads, I just want to take a moment for the view. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. But let's talk reading. So, on the plane, I was able to finish The Girl on the Train. I rated it a 3.75 stars. I think it was very good in the way that it was fast paced. Like, it was very much go, go, go. There was never really a dull moment, I would say. But I felt like zero connection to the characters. So it was more of a like, I'm reading this to be entertained, to have that thriller aspect of a book, but not really to feel any connection with the characters or feel invested or anything like that. So I think that was like the one thing that I was kind of like iffy about. But then again, I don't always feel connected to certain characters and I still really enjoy the book. But I think it was just like, it was okay, the plot was okay, the ending was crazy. The ending was like the reason that I didn't give it a 3 stars, but instead I gave it a 3.75. So 0.75 stars for the ending, which is a good amount. So that was really fun. And then I actually started The Housemaid's Secret I started The Housemaid's Secret on the plane, and I finished it on the road to Switzerland because I landed in Paris and then drove 6 hours to Switzerland. But I started The Housemaid's Secret on the plane and finished it in the car, and it was super fast paced. I listened to it and I rated, I think, The Housemaid, so the first book, a 4 stars or a 4.5. I loved that book. I read it super fast. I really liked our characters. I love Millie. I love just like the intriguing and like kind of how it feels a little bit dark, but not to the point where you're like uncomfortable, but it's like dark to the point where you're like, whoa, like I'm intrigued and this feels like a thriller. And so I started the second one, and literally exact same feelings as The Housemaid. So it's super fast paced, very interesting and like intriguing plot. I was scared it was going to be repetitive since The Housemaid was kind of like a basic plot structure, but of course with a bunch of plot twists. But I was like, are we just going to do the same plot structure in book 2? But it was not the same plot structure. The characters were really good. We got to know them more. There's also a little bit of romance in there, which was kind of fun. I think my one thing is I felt so bad for Brock. Brock is one of the characters that you get introduced to. Let me just talk about what this book is about. Basically, Millie just finished her job that happened in The Housemaid, and then she's looking for more jobs, and so then she becomes a sort of a housemaid for this really rich dude. And this rich dude is like, I need to do the cooking, the laundry, and stuff like that. But like, my wife is gonna be here every day, but she can't leave her room, like she's too sick. And so Millie's like, huh, like that's weird. And then one day she's doing the cleaning and she hears a crash in the room, and she investigates what the crash was in the wife's room, and then she finds something out, and it just like all derails from there, and it's really, really, really interesting. Like, it's crazy. You would never expect where it goes. Like, I did not know it was going to go that way. And then there was a plot twist in like the middle of the book, and then another one like 3/4, and then like a bunch of little ones at the end. It was really, really good. But yeah, basically Millie has a fiance in this one, and that's not really a spoiler for the first book. She's just like, not fiance, sorry, I don't know why I said fiance, boyfriend. And the boyfriend's name is Brock, and I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad because she just treated him like crap, but it's like she had her reasons, but it's just like, poor guy, he was doing his best and he was like down bad. Anyways, yes, that was like one thing that made me a little bit uncomfortable, was because the romance wasn't with Brock, but like
of course, like, they weren't really together when the romance happened. There's a lot of lore behind it. She wasn't cheating on him, but it's just like, it was weird. It was weird. So that was the one thing that I was like, huh. But then everything else, other than the little weirdness with like the love interest, then Brock, and like how it was kind of annoying how like rude she was to Brock, even though he was trying so hard. That was like the one thing I didn't love about the book. But other than that, it was really, really, really good. Crazy plot twist. Frida McFadden has done it again. Yeah, so I rated it 4 stars, so same as the first book. And then regarding House of Sky and Breath, I'm still reading that one. That one I'm reading on paper and a little bit on audiobook. I'm about to sit down, look at the lake, sit on this bench, and just read it. Hopefully get a good chunk done. But it's really good, very much like high fantasy, so there are a lot of crazy details in there. But I'll probably be able to give like full, complete thoughts a little later when I finish it. But right now, it's entertaining. I love the characters, and that's kind of why I'm like still in this world. Because other than that, other than the characters, the magic system is just a little bit confusing. But we're learning more. It's intriguing, and I will give you guys some more thoughts when I'm more into the book. Because I think I'm like 70% through, so hopefully I get to finish it soon and give you guys my final thoughts. But that is where we are so far. I'm going to read, I'm going to watch the lake, and I will see you guys later.
Made it to Paris, France, visiting my extended family now. We are not in Switzerland anymore. I don't have the link behind me anymore. Sorry about that clip. I like was looking at the audio. That was a crazy audio. I don't know if you guys made it through that. But if you have, we have made it to Paris. We drove like 6 hours yesterday and I was like dying. But at least I had my audiobook. And so I listened to Crescent City 2 for a little bit. I also read it on my Kindle and I was able to finish it. So I rated that one a 4 stars. It was very good. Lots of world building, which was why it wasn't a 5 stars. But I love the world. I love the characters so much. If you guys want to hear more of my thoughts, I am going to be releasing a video next week, I think. Or maybe the week after that, of me going through my July TBR. So if you want to hear like in-depth thoughts on Crescent City, you can go to that video that I'm posting later. I started another book, but I think I'm going to be ending this video here because I'm going to be doing lots of other things. And so I want to start a new travel/reading vlog to kind of go through France, because this one was more like airplane and Switzerland. And so we'll just switch up, make a new episode. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you did in the comments. And let me know if you have any other video recommendations that you want to see, if you want to see more of Paris. And yes, thank you for watching. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.